I think I'm gonna keep her in Ascension 1. It looks cute. It's cute. So yes, for those of you who haven't been under a rock for the past day, we finally got Beast Nero, and yes, she is a beast, the first beast class servant. She actually has advantage over all, all regular class servants. She has advantage over lancers, archers, sabers, riders, assassins, casters, and berserkers. But she does not have class advantage, or she has class disadvantage against all the extra class servants. So alter egos, foreigners, you know, rulers, all that stuff. Not a bad class, I don't think. It's kind of like a worse berserker in a way. From an offensive perspective, it's a worse berserker, but you do have the resistance to the regular classes, so I think it's a fair trade-off. Very niche, but I like the class overall. As far as her stats go, pretty good, really good attack. Really good attack stat. Decent HP stat as well. Her NP gain is middling. NP or Star Gen is pretty decent, but she has a pure Buster deck, triple Buster, so she isn't going to be doing much NP gaining or star generating. Beautiful Ascensions. I got to kid rest of the animations. Oh no, I didn't turn off the sounds. They just don't play on this scene. They'll play once we roll. I'm gonna keep her in her first Ascension. Actually, I think this is lewd, but this is classy. I like this. I like this red dress. So yeah, mid Ascensions. I don't know what her third Ascension is gonna look like yet, or her final Ascension. So stay tuned for that. But the best thing about her is her skills. She has very interesting skills. So, first skill, number of the beast, rank C. Hey Jeff, what's up? Nope, you're just in time. We didn't roll yet. She gets all these effects last for 6 turns. She gets 10% NP charge every turn, 30% crit damage for 6 turns, and minus 1,000 damage cut for 6 turns. Get it? 666. And has a 7-turn cooldown. So these are actually near permanent buffs. Almost semi-permanent. They only got 1 turn of downtime. So, for all intents and purposes, these are permanent buffs. Really sick. Really good skill. Her second skill is Aurora Poculum, Golden Grail rank C. Gives her a AoE NP seal. So the interesting thing about this NP seal, or not NP seal, skill seal, is Nero actually has a passive that gives her basically guaranteed debuff success rate. So this will always land. So it's just a guaranteed skill seal on everyone. A really strong burn. It's a 5,000 damage burn that lasts for 3 turns. That's a lot of damage, actually. So that's interesting. But she also gets a... she charges the enemy's gauge by 1, merit. She gets a 40% attack buff for 3 turns, so it's kind of like a stronger monstrous strength. And then she grants Grail status on herself for 3 turns, which is a special status that only she has, which applies to this skill. 7 Beast Crowns rank C, increases her own buff removal resistance by 100% 1 time, so she can't have her buff removed. If she has the Grail status, so you're gonna want to use the skill first, second skill to third skill. If she has the Grail status, she gets 40% additional damage against dragons, 40% additional damage against Romans, 10 crit stars per turn for 3 turns, debuff immunity 1 time, 3 turns of ignored defense, 20% increased healing for 3 turns, and 20% NP charge every turn for 3 turns. That is a lot of shit. So much shit crammed into one skill. Obviously, tremendously strong skill. She gets 30% passive NP gain between this skill and her first skill, Number of the Beast. So every turn she just gets a free 30% NP charge. She is buffed against herself, actually. She hates herself. Really nice skills. And then going into her passives, she gets a free 12% increase to crit damage, instant kill resistance, debuff resistance, and guaranteed defense or debuff success rate. The 12% crit buff or 12% crit damage is good because it stacks with the 30% here. So in reality, she just has like a permanent 42% crit damage buff, which is very nice. Hey, what up, Noctis? Pen skills, the usual. She does have a bonus against casters, which could be worth picking up, since she does have advantage against them. But where it really gets interesting is her Noble Phantasm. Very simple. It's single target, 8-hit art attack, but it has a damage bonus against servant enemies. 7 knights. Does that read right? It's 7 knight servants is every... That's regular servants, right? So it's every servant. Every of the original classes of servants, I believe. So yeah, she just doubles her class advantage against them. Yeah, the 7 main classes. So yeah, she just deals additional... On top of having class advantage of 1.5 times class advantage, she just deals an additional 150% damage to those 7 classes. So it's like a true class advantage with her NP. 2 times damage. So very, very, very strong NP. I want to say she's in the anti-regular servant niche, but that's like a gigantic niche. Hey, Diraxium, thank you so much for the sub for 4 months. How you doing? Oh no, you're 31 months. Aslan is 4. Aslan, thank you for the sub for 4 months. What does number 31 have in common? It's the number of waiver spooks we'll get this stream? No. No, it is not. Her NP sucks? No, it's really good. What are you talking about? It's just pure extra damage against like 95% of the enemies you'll encounter in the game. It's very clear that she's designed to be an anti-servant servant, if that makes any sense. She just gets massive advantage against the regular class servants, which I think is going to make her really, really good against, like, in challenge quests, in story quests. Anytime you're going to be facing like sabers, lancers, archers, they like to mix nodes and stuff like that. As long as you're not facing extra class servants, I think she's still gonna be very good. Is she an S tier god tier servant? No. In fact, if we're talking shout out to Plushie Mistress, because he has a video out on demonstrating Nero's ability to loop, and we were having a big argument in the Discord earlier today about whether Beast Nero can loop, and she can loop. She can loop with a double cast story and Oberon team with Black Grail. So she might have some niche utility in certain 90++ nodes where there's like 1 enemy or something. Do you think that since we get the Beast class, we're going to get a Geisha Servant? Probably at some point. So yeah, if there's like a single enemy, she might be useful for looping in 90++ nodes. But more important than that, I think she's just going to shred challenge quests. I think she's just going to be unilaterally really good in challenge quests. She's never going to be the best option of everyone for any given challenge quest, but she has incredible versatility and can pretty much just be like a lesser Vlad in everything. Vlad is slightly better, I think. Very similar role, but he's not as... Well, he is as tanky because he has guts. But I think she's just like a couple of pegs below Vlad. But yeah, no, she's really, really good. Yeah, she beats out the 7 classes, and at least with her, you don't have to worry about really what you're up against, because most of the time you're going to be up against the 7 classes. You think she's above Vlad? Interesting. Very interesting. I guess it depends. She does have potential as a crit servant as well, with the 42% crit damage. A lot of versatility. You can pair her with Merlin. If you want to go for a stall team, that works too. Remember, she gets a 20% increased healing, so the Merlin heal is just going to be ridiculous on her. She's just really good. She's just flat out good. She reminds me a lot of like Nero Bride in a way, which I guess makes sense. It's like she's just universally, she's like the offensive version of Nero Bride in that she just is good at everything. She just sits there and does everything. She's not excellent at any one thing, but she's just really, really good at everything. Yeah, her resistance against the night classes is going to be clutch. It makes her so incredibly tanky. So if I were to give her like a preliminary rating, I'd give her an A, I think. A+ territory. I don't think she's broken. I don't think she's Tiamat tier, but very, very solid pickup. Very, very useful for challenge quests and boss fights, and might even be useful in the future for some 90++ nodes. We'll see. We will see.